dusty road stretches out so far, under the light of a single wandering star.
I've chased the neon and the city height, but nothing feels as warm as the kitchen light.
I'm tired of the noise and the concrete sky. I need the place where the river runs by. I can hear.
Hey all, so last week we talked about the application process. Now let's say you got past the application process and 2 weeks later or a week later you get contact by email. I will put the email up soon. That the email that you will receive saying that you have moved on to our video interview. Okay, this is the second part interview where you will still dress professionally. Okay, you will dress the way they want you to dress, and professionally the way they want you to dress is no hoop earrings, hair pulled back so they can see you, collar shirt or sweater, but make sure it's professional. No thick jewelry, no overly done makeup, no big old eyelashes. Professional, kind of barefaced, you know, but make sure you are professionally done. You will be sitting in front of your phone like I am now. Okay, make sure your background is clear. I set myself up in front of a white wall, right? I use my tripod that I use for content, set my phone up, and I'm in front of a white wall, you know, and they gonna ask you at least 3 to 4 questions. Okay, um you got to make sure you speak clearly and that they can see you. They give you time to prep for the questions, and they want you to answer the questions in a star method, and I will explain to you what a star method is. Now again, I'm going to say this before we explain what the STAR method is of answering your questions, and because you're going to have to answer these type of questions again in the STAR method during the whole process. Okay. Also, again, have your passport available, because some airlines, before you even do the video, they want that passport information again. This is when I go back to saying make sure you have your passport, okay? Because they ask for it all through this process. As you getting ready for your interview face to face, like I'm doing, well, it's not face to face, but the camera, talk with confidence, okay? Talk like you know what you're talking about. They're going to ask you mostly customer service questions. Okay. This is why I say have customer service backgrounds, because if you do not, you will not know how to answer these questions properly. Okay. Also, sit up straight, posture, look dead into the phone, straight on. Do Answer these questions in one sitting. Do not get up. Make sure your space is quiet. Quiet. Hush your mouth. Or like Saucy Santana said, quiet on the creek. Yes. Everything around you needs to be quiet. Okay. If you got kids running around, dogs barking, cats running back and forth, you need to find a space where ain't no sound. Okay. So when you doing this, you in a professional setting. They want you to look like you're in a professional setting, okay? Um, Collar shirt, everything. Like the way you interview, go to an interview, a professional interview, that's the way they want you to do this video interview, because they looking at you to see if they want to push you to the next part of interviewing. So this, if you make it here, you one step closer. But let's see if you can make it past this, the phone interview, face phone face interview. Okay. So yeah. So this, let me explain the STAR method to you guys. Okay. Now, they expect you to answer your questions in the STAR method, and that's the situation or problem you faced, task you were involved in, action you took to complete the task, results or positive outcome from the actions. Okay. So say they ask a question of, what situation were you in where a customer was irate and you had the outcome of the irate customer, well, the kind of customer service questions they ask in that general sense. The situation would be basically like my situation. Okay, my situation would be a customer called into the company and was upset about their account. Okay, the task you were involved in, I was the one. The task was, I was the one that the customer spoke to, so I was the one that should try to solve the issue um before it got escalated to the supervisor. Okay, the action you took to complete the task, I ensured the customer of the account information and the information that she provided. Okay, and I went over the rules and regulations and to see if she missed anything of her rules and regulations. And if that didn't work, then we figured out a way where she could be satisfied, where I didn't have to escalate the call, right? And the result or a positive outcome of the action, the customer was happy with the result. I gave her a little discount off her account, and she was happy with the result, and that solved the issue. That resolved the issue, and I didn't have to escalate the call. You will have to answer all your questions like that. Okay. They want structures answers. They want it in a STAR method. Situation, task, action, results. Okay. Again, situation or problem you faced, task you were involved in, actions you took to complete the task, and result or positive outcome for the actions. Okay. That's the way you will have to answer all those questions. Now, don't be nervous because they do give you a chance to practice before you send the answers in. I'm sorry, before you send the answers in. So you will get a chance to practice. You will get the do the answers. If you don't like the way it comes out, they will give you a prompt to re-record. Okay, so do it until you're comfortable with your answers. Okay, it will only in the phone interview where it's not another person on the side of the phone, because the next interview another person is going to be on the other side of the phone, but we're going to talk about that in the next video. But this video is about you just talking into the phone like I'm talking right now. So it's only going to be like 3 to 4 questions. Okay, again, make sure you're sitting professional. Make sure you look professional. Make sure less is more. I can't express that enough. Less is more. Okay? I'm not a makeup girl, so this is how they get me. Okay? Hair pulled back, because they want to see your face. No, if they see any tattoos, even with your hand movements, any tattoos, no go. no piercings, no piercings in your face, none of that. You have to be clean cut, okay? This is why I teach my children don't get tattoos in your face and in these areas and stuff like that, because jobs will not accept you like that, professional jobs. Hands, you'll be using if you use your hands a lot, make sure there's no tattoos. They pay attention to all of that, okay? Now, so once you are done recording your video, you send it in, okay? You'll wait another week or two for them to respond to let you know if you have moved on to the next level, or you will not. They will send you an email. Everything will be email transactional. No phone calls will be made to you, okay? So make sure you're checking your emails, okay? Make sure your emails are not overly full, because that's how they will contact you, okay? They give you a certain time to complete these videos, okay? You have to complete them within, some of them 48 hours, some of them within 72 hours. If you don't complete these videos within those time frames, you will be excluded from the job position that you're applying for, okay? So I did my videos right when I sent the email. As soon as I got the email, I went in, got dressed, and did my stuff. It don't take no more than 30 minutes, okay? It will not take up much of your time. But make sure you are looking professional background, no sound, no tattoos, no overly done makeup. Less is more. Hair pulled back. I can't stress this enough, because this is what they look at when they look at you to pick you. Okay? To pick you, this is your first line of defense right here. You talking into that phone. Make sure you are speaking professionally. Okay? I don't care how hood and ghetto you is. Turn that off and put on your white tee voice and professional voice, okay? Make sure they know that you can speak to people in a professional manner, okay? And speak to people with customer service experience, okay? Um, there's one more thing I need to let you guys know. Last thing is, be yourself, okay? Even though you have to answer the question structurally in the STAR method situation, task, action, resolve, be yourself. Let your personality shine. You know what I'm saying? But be professional, but be yourself, okay? Just be like, like you're having a conversation with another person, just let them know, like, you can, you know, enjoy yourself, even though, as professional, you're on the job. So be yourself, let your personality shine, let them know that you really want this job, you into it by your mannerisms and the things that you do. I'm a talkative person, so yeah, I giggle a little bit between the questions, depending on what the situation was and how it turned out, and stuff like that, and they love to see, like, personality shine. People like to see, like, what type of person you are. If you're a fun person, or you're a not so serious person at all times. So yeah, just let your personality shine. If you got a good personality, let that shine. So our next video will be us doing the face-to-face phone, okay? Because most likely, if you got past this stage, you're gonna get another email, and I'm posted in the next video. Like I post that email in this video, okay? Once you get past this and you get that new email saying you made it to the next steps, then it's a face-to-face video with someone over the phone, okay? Again, have that passport. I can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. Or unless you know your passport expiration date and stuff by heart, You don't really need it, but that's what they really be asking for. So make sure you have that. But that's what our next video gonna be about, the face-to-face phone interview. Yes, it's a long process. I also want to say keep a job because this process is long. I started in April. I'm still waiting on my training classes, and it's the end of July. So keep a job because this process is very long.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.